In a quiet, secluded village, there was a legend about an old mansion at the edge of town. People said that on certain nights, when the moon was full, the mansion's shadows came alive and whispered dark secrets to anyone who dared to listen. One evening, a curious young woman named Emily decided to test the legend. She was a skeptic and wanted to prove that the stories were just folklore. Armed with a flashlight and her phone, she made her way to the mansion, determined to spend the night there. As she stepped inside, the air was cold and stale. Dust danced in the beam of her flashlight as she wandered through the creaking hallways. The mansion seemed to sigh and groan with every step she took, but Emily brushed it off as the building settling. After a few hours, she decided to sit in the grand ballroom, where the moonlight streamed through broken windows, casting eerie shadows on the walls. As she sat in the center of the room, she started hearing faint whispers. At first, they were indistinguishable, but gradually they became clearer. The whispers seemed to be coming from all around her. They spoke of terrible events, dark secrets, and sorrow. Emily tried to ignore them, but the voices grew louder and more urgent. Her heart raced, and she began to feel a chill creeping up her spine. Suddenly, the shadows on the wall began to move independently of their sources, stretching and contorting into grotesque shapes. The whispers turned into frantic cries, pleading for help, and the temperature dropped significantly. Emily, now terrified, tried to leave, but the shadows seemed to close in around her, blocking her path. Her flashlight flickered and died, plunging her into darkness. The whispers grew louder, and she felt icy fingers brush against her skin. Desperate, she stumbled through the darkness, her breaths coming in ragged gasps. Finally, she burst through the front door and fled into the night. As she looked back, the mansion stood silent, its shadows still and unmoving. Emily never spoke of that night again, but she couldn't escape the feeling that the whispers had followed her. To this day, she claims to hear them occasionally, especially in the dead of night, just as the full moon rises.